Well, today was day one of free agency in the National Hockey League, and as we expected, the Leafs were busy, and I was going to come on here and do a Wayne Simmonds video for you, and I will be doing that very shortly here. But then the Leafs decide to throw us an absolute bomb at about, 7 o'clock? 7:15? No, maybe just before 7 o'clock tonight. The Toronto Maple Leafs have signed defenseman T.J. Brodie, former Calgary Flame, to a 4-year deal, $5 million average annual value, which comes out to $20 million total. Let me set the record straight first. I'm gonna go where Leaf fans went right away, okay? Because I went there as well. First thing. Left-handed shot. Second of all, $5 million. And I instantly thought to myself, oh geez, it's not Pietrangelo, it's not Tanev, even though the Leafs weren't going to go after Pietrangelo really anyways. They went after T.J. Brodie. And I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, there's got to be more to this. And people forget that yes, he's a left-handed shot, but hold the phone. He plays on the right side. He's played beside Giordano the entire tenure there in Calgary. Now, any Flame fans watching this video, if you can give me some insight on T.J. Brodie, that'd be fantastic. But from what I do know, and I've seen his defensive metrics, and he's very good in his own zone, according to those at least. It's a lot of money. 30 years of age, 4-year contract. It's not downright terrible. It could be a lot better. But what the Leafs just got right there, and without anybody complaining about anything, the Leafs just got the most compatible player they have had to this point for Morgan Riley. And don't sit here, Tyson Barrie. No. Tyson Barrie in Colorado was known as the catalyst on the offensive side of the puck on the point. He was the guy. Well, Morgan Riley was our guy. So really, you just got two offensive defensemen trying to put us up as much offense as possible. Yes, they weren't on the same line. I get that really at all, other than on the power play. But I look at T.J. Brodie, and that guy's going to slot in right beside Morgan Riley. He's done it with Giordano the entire time. You know, obviously there were some times probably where he didn't play with him, but for the most part he did. Offensively, look, the guy's not going to be flashy. He's not going to give you 50 points. That's fine. I think Leaf fans, smart Leaf fans, are totally cool with that. The very casual fans will see only 19 points last year. You gave him $5 million. Dubas, you're crazy. And look, it's still a little bit of a high stretch money. I mean, look, free agency, you've always had to kind of stretch a little bit. With COVID and everything, you saw the contracts being dealt out today. And $5 million is a lot of money for a team like the Leafs, who are literally $1.1 million over the cap now. With Dermott and Mikheyev still to sign. Teams are allowed to go $10 million over. But what this signing really tells us is this. Either they're going to move on from Mikheyev and Dermott, which I can't see happening, or they're going to be moving guys like Kerfoot and Janssen pretty soon. If anybody thinks the Leafs are done, you're nuts. Because it's not going to happen. The Leafs are they're going to make more moves. This next week and a half, well, I can't say that, but this offseason is going to be very interesting. And it started with the Leafs getting at least a bona fide top 4 defenseman. I wouldn't say top 2, because he's not. Pietrangelo would have been that top 2 defenseman. But the Leafs they couldn't afford that. Anybody losing their mind because they didn't go after Pietrangelo, if Dubas signed him, you literally have no money. You signed him, and you're still 1.1 over the cap. Imagine if you went after Pietrangelo, who probably would have wanted at least 7-8 plus because of the COVID when everything's down and whatnot. So that's why I ballparked there. It wouldn't have happened. They gave him an offer. They sent him a pitch. Clearly they came back and were like, yeah, no. So the Leafs are like, all right, that's fine. We'll go to Brodie and we'll see what happens. And from Chatham, Ontario, so he's an Ontario boy, right? No one's freaking out because he's American, not a hometown kid, whatnot. But he's coming home to play for I'm assuming, the team he grew up watching. I think I did see a video not too long ago, actually, of him. It looked like it was on the Scotiabank Arena ice, then Air Canada Center, doing the target shooting as a kid. So, in a Leafs jersey. So there's that. But, I mean, it really doesn't mean anything to me, honestly. I saw it with John Tavares saying the Leafs haven't gone anywhere. So I'm like, okay, well, the sentimental value is nice, but I want to see on the ice and winning a cup. That's what I want to see. The only downfall that I have with this signing is the money. 4 years at $5 million. He's a no-trade clause in the first year, and then it's a partial no-trade clause the rest of the way. The length doesn't seem too bad, 4 years. Again, you gotta realize free agency is kind of a toss-up. Guys could work in one situation and not the next. That's just how sports works, guys. In any sport, really. It could work in one situation, it could not. He worked with Giordano really well over the years. He's got to come to Toronto now and go with Morgan Rielly, I'm assuming. It's going to be a match made up in heaven, it looks like, at least. At least on paper, it looks okay. The money is a little much for me. $5 million is a lot. You know, Radko Gudas was a guy that I mentioned in my season review, off-season preview, and whatnot. And he went for 3.5. So how much better is T.J. Brodie? Now, Brodie's probably got the better the offensive side than Gudas. Definitely does not have the physical side of Radko Gudas. But they're not going to go out there. The Leafs management is not going to go out there and go after physical guys all the time. They're not just going to look at, hey, is he physical? No, we don't want him. That's not the case. They got to fill them with guys who can actually play defense. And T.J. Brodie, like I said, from the metrics that I did see, he seems like a pretty good defender in his own end. And that is huge for this team because they really don't have much depth in that way. Riley's a great offensive guy. We've seen him break down a little bit defensively. Muzzin, great. Great player. Always loved Muzzin. Love that he's on the team for years to come. That's fantastic. But after those two guys, it really dropped off. Barrie was not really a good defensive player, and then it really dropped off with guys like Hall, Marinson, Dermott we're not too sure about right now. So bringing in a guy like Brodie, who, like I said, from the metrics, looks pretty good, and Morgan Rielly, assuming he's going to be playing with Morgan Rielly, is finally going to have somebody he can actually play with. And the reason I'm saying it like that guy, since he's become very good, since the Leafs have been competitive, he said Ron Hainsey and Cody Ceci. I mean, how are you supposed to succeed when you have those two guys beside you? And Morgan still put up extremely good numbers. Now he's got a guy who's been on the top two pairing for many years in Calgary. And now he's coming to Toronto for a significant amount of time. So it's not like a 1 year and he's gone kind of thing. Like Cody Ceci. So for that, I love it. I love the signing. Like I said, the money's a little high. But if anybody thinks the Leafs are done, and this is it, and this is the way they're going to go into the year, you don't know anything. I love my Leaf fans dearly. But Kyle Dubas is not done. If Alex Kerfoot and Andreas Johnsson are in Leaf jerseys this year, at least one of them, I will be absolutely shocked. William Nylander, again, he's making a lot of money. The Leafs are right up against the cap. I don't know why they'd move him because the production he gives you for the money he's making, it really doesn't make sense to move on from a guy like him. But if the price is right, you make it happen. But for a guy like Johnsson, a guy like Kapanen, they're making about 3.5 each. You move on from guys like that. You still have half-decent bottom six guys. You just re-signed Spezza. We saw how good he was last year with this team. Nick Robertson's going to make the squad. You just added Wayne Simmons. And you have other guys, Pierre Engvall's one. You have other guys that could possibly slot in and make something happen. So I'm not worried about the forward core if those two guys go. And oh yeah, you can still sign guys. I heard Matthias Janmark's name getting rumbled around the Leafs yesterday. He's a gritty center depth guy. Bottom six forward. Yes, please. Won't cost you much. Just because they signed Brodie does not mean that this is the team right here. They can trade those two guys and then sign a couple more defensemen in free agency. Maybe not, obviously not top-notch guys, but guys sound defensively that can fill holes in the bottom six. This free agency is far from over for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But they made a big splash. They didn't go Pietrangelo money. They didn't go Big Tanev money. They went Brodie, who is a little below those guys, but serviceable, been around, knows what it takes to win, has been in the playoffs for quite some time, knows what it's like to play alongside an extremely good offensive player in Mark Giordano, and knows what it takes to be that second guy. And that's what he's going to be to Morgan Rielly. And he's a left shot. And yes, people are like, oh, he's not a right shot. It doesn't matter. He's played right defenses basically the entire time in Calgary. It doesn't matter. He's a left shot, yes, but he plays right D. I don't care. Now, if he was a right shot and right D, it would look sexier. But who cares? If he gets the job done, I don't give a damn what way he shoots. I could care less. I'm happy they got him. Like I've said a few times now, the money ticked too much in my opinion. But it is free agency, things happen, and you might have to overextend. I get that. You got your guy, but now, Kyle Dubas, you got to make some things happen. I'm happy they got Brodie. I'm jacked they got Wayne Simmonds. I'll talk about that shortly. But now, the real work gets in. You got a good defenseman. That's nice. You got your grindy forward. That's nice. What else are you going to do? Because clearly you can't go into the season with this same team. Something's got to give. Something's got to happen. It's just a matter of when for Kyle Dubas and the Toronto Maple Leafs. But all I'm going to leave you guys with this is T.J. Brodie is a Toronto Maple Leaf. He signed a 4-year contract at $5 million of the average annual value. And he's going to play alongside Morgan Rielly. He's been a right defenseman for quite some time. And look, I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of Calgary games. I've never really watched in-depth T.J. Brodie. So if anybody has extra insight on watching T.J. Brodie, let me know. But from what I've seen and from the metrics that I've seen, he doesn't look bad defensively. He looks like a pretty sound, solid defender, which is what this team needs. And he plays the right side. Did they have to pay a little bit more? Probably. But they got to find a way around it. And that is guys like Janssen and Kapanen. Janssen and Kerfoot. So guys, I want to hear your thoughts though. That's my initial take. That could change. But from going, from, oh God, the money to, okay, this might work, but something's going to have to change. What are your guys' thoughts? What was your initial take? And now a few hours have gone by. What is your thoughts now? I want to get your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what your take is on this deal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you like Brodie? Do you not like Brodie? Too much money? Not enough money? Let me know, guys. Comments down below. Let me know, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening. I really do appreciate it, all right? So smack that like button. Do appreciate that if you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the signing for the Toronto Maple Leafs, all right? Twitter is down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys very shortly. Wayne Simmonds edition. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to talk that video for you guys to talk about Wayne Simmonds in that video very shortly. All right? It's going to be jacked up. Scarborough boy coming home. Love it. Guys, I mean, look, T.J. Brodie is a Toronto Maple Leaf. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Talk to you guys then.